Last month, I walked into Best Buy needing one thing, a new phone charger. The single one on the shelf was $25. Right next to it sat this travel bundle, charger, car adapter, portable battery, all for $49.99. I stood there doing the math in my head. The battery's gotta be worth $30 easy, so the adapter is basically free. I grabbed the bundle. I've used the charger, the other two pieces still sealed in the box, stuffed in a drawer with the receipt. I didn't need a bundle, I needed a charger, and I bought a story instead. I'm John, and this is where we decode the hidden psychology of pricing. Today, the bundle illusion. That moment in the aisle felt like such a win. I walked out thinking, man, I just scored a deal, $50 for stuff that's worth way more. But weeks later, staring at that unopened box in the drawer, the truth hit different. I hadn't saved money, I'd spent an extra $25 on things I still haven't touched. And worse, I didn't even want them in the first place. The charger was all I came for. The bundle just dressed up the price tag in a prettier story. You know what really gets me? I'm not dumb. I know how these things work, yet I still fell for it. Why? Why does a slightly higher price feel like a smarter choice when it's wrapped in a complete package? And if it happened to me, someone who pays attention to this stuff, how often is it happening to everyone else without them even noticing? That's the question that keeps me up at night. What's really going on in our heads when a bundle turns a simple need into an impulse buy we later regret? So what's really happening here? It's not just about the discount, it's about something sneakier. Bundles don't win because they save us money, they win because they save us from having to decide. Think about it. When you're shopping for one specific thing, your brain has to do a ton of work, compare prices, weigh features, imagine how it fits your life. That mental effort is exhausting. It's called decision fatigue, and it hits us hard. By the time you're staring at that single charger for $25, your mind is already tired from scrolling through options. Then the bundle shows up like a friendly shortcut. Here's the whole package, charger plus extras for just a little more. Suddenly, the decision feels easy. Someone else already did the thinking for you. It feels complete, safe, smart. Here's the analogy that clicked for me. It's exactly like walking into a restaurant you've never tried before. The menu is overwhelming, dozens of dishes, endless combinations. You're hungry, you're tired, you don't want to make the wrong choice. So you order the chef's special, a curated combo of appetizer, main, side. You don't know if you'll love the side dish, but you trust the chef put it together for a reason. It feels like the right move because it's already decided. That's the bundle illusion in action. It's not selling you savings, it's selling you relief from thinking. And our brains love that relief more than we realize. This isn't random. There's actual psychology behind why bundles hook us so reliably. The big player here is something called the zero price effect, mixed with choice overload. When something feels free, even if it's not truly free, our brains light up. That car adapter or portable battery in the bundle, it registers as a bonus, almost like a gift. And gifts feel good. They trigger reciprocity without us even thinking about it. We feel like we're getting more value, even when the math says we're just paying extra for stuff we won't use. But the real engine is decision fatigue. Our brains have limited mental bandwidth for choices every day. Psychologists have shown that after making a string of decisions, picking what to eat, what to wear, what to scroll past, our self-control and judgment start to drop. By the time we're in the store or on the website staring at options, we're primed to take the path of least resistance. The bundle is that path. It's pre-packaged, pre-decided. Someone else already curated it, so we don't have to. It feels like a relief valve for the mental pressure. Instead of wrestling with, do I need this? Is it worth it alone? We get to think, this looks complete. This makes sense. And just like that, the pain of individual evaluation disappears. Here's what I find fascinating. This isn't a flaw in our character, it's how human brains evolved. For most of history, too many choices meant danger or wasted energy, so we developed shortcuts to conserve mental effort. Stores and websites just exploit that ancient wiring. They don't force us, they offer an easier door, and we walk through it. The bundle illusion isn't about greed, it's about exhaustion. The second you start paying attention, this pattern pops up everywhere. Fast food value meals are the obvious one. You go in wanting a burger, They hit you with the combo: burger, fries, drink for a couple bucks more. Fries alone? Maybe you wouldn't have ordered them, but the whole package feels like the sensible move. You walk out with more food than you planned, and half of it ends up in the trash later. Cable TV packages in the 2000s took it to another level. You just wanted ESPN and maybe CNN for sports and news, but to get those two channels, you had to buy the silver package, 80 channels you'd never watch. They weren't really selling you television, they were selling you the comfort of not having to pick every single channel one by one. A la carte sounded great in theory, but the bundle made the decision painless, and most people took the bundle. You see the same thing online now with software subscriptions. You need basic photo editing. The single app is $10 a month, but the Pro Suite bundles it with video tools, cloud storage, templates you'll never use for $30. It feels like a steal because the extras sound useful in the moment. Months later, you're still only using the basic editor, paying triple. The tell is always the same. The bundle includes things that sound nice but aren't what drove you to shop in the first place. Once you notice that mismatch, you start seeing the illusion in grocery stores, phone plans, gym memberships, even streaming bundles. It's not about the products, it's about making the choice feel effortless. And that's when the pattern really clicks. You're not buying stuff, you're buying mental peace. So, how do you stop falling for it? The move is simple but powerful. I call it the unbundled drill. It takes about 10 seconds and flips the script every time. Next time you're looking at a bundle, whether it's in a store, on Amazon, or during checkout, pause and ask yourself one clear question. What is the one thing I actually came here for? Say it out loud if you have to. For me, in Best Buy, it was the charger, nothing else. Now, mentally price that single item alone. What would you pay just for the charger if the bundle didn't exist? In my case, $25. Look at the bundle price, $49.99. Subtract the main item's price. The difference, about $25, is what you're paying for the extras. Here's the key question. If those extras weren't bundled, would you walk into the store right now and buy them separately for that price? For me, the answer was no. I wouldn't spend $25 on a car adapter and portable battery I didn't need. So the bundle wasn't a deal. It was clutter disguised as value. Run that drill honestly and the illusion collapses fast. You realize you're not saving money, you're just avoiding the discomfort of saying no to free stuff. Apply it to the opening story. I needed a charger. I could have walked out with the $25 one and zero regret. The bundle sold me a story, but the drill would have reminded me of the truth. I came for one thing, I should leave with one thing. It's not about being cheap, it's about staying clear on what you actually want. Do that and bundles lose most of their power over you. Now, if you're on the other side of the counter, maybe you run a small business, sell online, or create products, this same psychology can work for good or for harm. The ethical way to use bundles is to treat them like a genuine welcome kit. Bundle items that actually belong together and solve a bigger problem for the customer. A camera store putting a lens, a protective UV filter, and a padded case in one package makes total sense. The buyer gets everything they need to start shooting safely right away. That's helpful. It adds real value and saves them time. Contrast that with bundling a printer with overpriced proprietary ink cartridges you're locked into for years. That's not convenience, that's a trap designed to inflate the lifetime value at the customer's expense. The simple test I use: does this bundle make the customer's life noticeably simpler and better, or does it just make my average order value bigger? If it's the first one, you're building trust and loyalty. If it's the second, you're exploiting a mental shortcut. The difference shows up in repeat business and word of mouth. People remember who helped them, not who gamed them. So where's the line between smart marketing and something off base? It's crossed the moment the bundle stops being a helpful option and becomes the only reasonable way to get fair value. When the single item you actually want is priced way too high on purpose, hidden in the fine print, or made tough to buy standalone, while the bundle suddenly looks like the obvious choice, that's not real choice. That's manipulation dressed up as convenience. Here's where I draw the boundary. If the bundle truly adds convenience, solves a real problem, and doesn't lock the customer in or quietly inflate long-term costs, it's thoughtful design. If it's built to take advantage of decision fatigue so the buyer ends up with extras they never intended to buy, it's exploitative. The difference comes down to intent. One approach earns loyalty and repeat customers. The other erodes trust over time. In my view, the right path is always the one where the customer walks away thinking, "That actually made things easier for me," not, "I got taken for a ride." This bundle illusion connects right back to so many of the pricing patterns we've unpacked before, and it sets up what's coming next. In our upcoming video, we're diving into urgency and scarcity, that FOMO pull that makes you hit buy now even when you're not sure you need it. It's another mental shortcut stores love to use, and once you see how it works, you'll spot it a mile away. If this breakdown of bundles hit home for you, or if you've got a recent "I bought the bundle and barely used the extras" story, drop it in the comments. I read every one, and it's how we keep sharpening this awareness together. If you're finding value in decoding these everyday price tricks, stick around. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Knowledge like this quietly saves you money and keeps your decisions clear-headed. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.